Last year's matchup between the Celtics and the Heat went to Game 7. Let's hope that we get an equally exciting series this year. I rewatched Game 7 of last year and a couple games of this year between the Celtics and the Heat, just to get a feel of this series. Both these teams are different than last year, so let's take a deeper dive and see what each team can do to win the series. Okay, so let's start with the Heat and let's start with Jimmy Butler. When Butler catches the ball in the left corner, he likes to get to his right hand and drive middle. The Celtics know this and are going to help. In this clip, they just kind of failed because Lowry and Jaylen Brown were kind of in Horford's way. The Heat will run off-ball action to kind of get the defense distracted, and that lets Jimmy go to work in the paint. Last year in Game 7, the Heat ran this Lowry-Butler pick and roll. They don't use Butler as a roller often, but I think it worked well here. Even if Horford had come up more, Bam was there in the dunker spot. Whether it's posting up or in ball screen actions, Jimmy wants Derek White to guard him. And even though Derek White is a really good defender, he doesn't have the strength to match up against him. I think Butler should try to find this matchup more often. Okay, let's move on to Bam, who's been playing great basketball. On offense, his mid-range shot has been pretty consistent. I'm expecting Horford to guard him more than Robert Williams, and Bam's quicker than him, so I think he could take him off the dribble a little bit. If I'm Miami, I would want to try to use Strus coming off screens, having him move off the ball. Make sure that the Celtics are having to work to chase after him. Use him off DHOs, and try to make sure Horford is in the action somehow. I also like when they try to manufacture touches for Gabe Vincent. Even though he has Jaylen Brown guarding him, he comes off this pin down very hard and is able to finish in traffic. Even though he misses the shot, it's a good look after the flare screen. The Celtics like to play Horford in drop coverage, but Strus was getting wide open shots on these looks. And again, I just think Miami has room to take advantage of this. You can see here that Strus likes to get the rescreen and he makes the Celtics pay. Now let's look at these Lowry ball screen actions. Look how far Horford is staying back. I mean, he's just daring Lowry to shoot. On this second play, you can see that Smart is totally stuck with Lowry, so he makes the smart decision to attack the basket instead. I didn't see Miami go into a zone defense when Jimmy Butler was playing. The game he missed against them, Miami played a lot of zone. The Knicks recently did really well against Miami when they played zone defense, and the Celtics overall took advantage of Miami when they played zone as well. So I don't really think it's an option for Miami unless they throw it in just to throw the Celtics off for a possession or two. Okay, let's switch sides and start talking about what the Celtics can do to defeat the Heat. Bam's rim protection is elite. You can see here he gives Tatum trouble at the rim. He's great as the last line of defense. When Bam is on the court, I think you're going to see Horford guarding him more than Robert Williams. And one of the main reasons is because Horford spreads the court very well. You can see here that Bam really wants to stay in the paint, and he's late getting out to Horford. So if you're the Celtics, attack the paint, have Horford spread the floor in the corner, and then try to kick it to him. Like on this play, Jaylen Brown cuts to the basket, Bam is overhelping, and Horford is wide open in the corner. It's a little bit of a tough pass to make, but Jaylen can make it. Okay, so let's talk about Brown and Tatum now. They should both have an easier time scoring against the Miami wing defenders than the Sixers. The Heat have needed Duncan Robinson's offense with the absence of Tyler Hero, but it's just going to be tough for them to play him against Tatum or Brown. The Heat can hide Duncan on Derek White, for example, but Tatum or Brown are still going to go after him. Like in these two clips, you see Jimmy Butler starting on Jaylen Brown. He gets the screen, he gets Tyler Hero to guard him instead. And I'm imagining Caleb Martin or Duncan in place of Tyler here. And then Miami's going to have to double, and it's going to leave somebody open on the Celtics. Sometimes the game can come down to how well a team is doubling. For example, in this clip, Jaylen Brown is going to get the dribble handoff from White. Then Jimmy comes in with a hard double. Brown hesitates, he backs out for a second. That confuses Butler, and then he's able to get the floater. So Miami could have done better there. Now let's look at a play where Miami's double team actually caused a turnover. Oladipo, who is matched up with Smart, is going to send a hard double, and Butler is going to help off White and is able to recover to Smart. Bam is there to help when he drives, but he's still able to get the drop-off pass to Robert Williams. But Strus and Butler are already there, and Strus is able to get the strip. So this is a good example of doubling intelligently. Of course, Tatum is a good passer, and here you could see him make this gorgeous cross-court pass to Smart in the corner. The Warriors have used Gary Payton as a roller, and I've seen the Celtics use Smart as a roller as well. I really think it works out good for them when they do. I think the Celtics can take advantage of this if Gabe Vincent is guarding Smart. They went to this action today against Philly in Game 7, and Smart got a short jumper from it. So in conclusion, both teams can take advantage of certain matchups. I think Miami really misses PJ Tucker this year, and they're missing Tyler Hero right now. The Celtics are just extremely deep, and I think they're going to win in 6 games. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Peace.